Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Buckeye Politics. It's me, your favorite Ohioan. So today we're going to be looking at a new poll coming out of the Ohio Senate election that shows Josh Mandel actually losing the Republican primary for Senate, and Mike Gibbons, someone who was polling very poorly at the beginning of this race and who was pretty much no one knew about, actually leading in a new poll. So with that, let's get into the video. Josh Mandel, as you know, he's been leading pretty much this entire race. With J.D. Vance has been getting some good polls, improving his margin, making it a little bit closer. But really, this race has been all Josh Mandel. And then pretty much out of nowhere, we get a poll from Signal, a few days ago that shows Mike Gibbons defeating Josh Mandel by 3 points. J.D. Vance coming in third with 10%, followed by Jane Timken with 8%, Bernie Moreno with 6%, and Matt Dolan rounding out the pack with 3%. This is a very interesting poll, and actually, if you look down at it, Mike Gibbons has done a little bit better than what people expected. I mean, especially recently, there was one poll that had him tied with Josh Mandel back in September. But really, I mean, if you look at this, he's doing about the same as J.D. Vance. He's pretty much well behind Josh Mandel. Josh Mandel has been leading this entire race so far. J.D. Vance been a little bit of a comeback, but yeah, really, this race has been all Josh Mandel. Until all of a sudden, this poll comes out that shows Mike Gibbons leading by 3 points. Now, this is very interesting to me because it shows that advertising really does help. I mean, I'm from Ohio, and everywhere you look, there's a Mike Gibbons ad. He spent $4.6 million on his on advertising. Let's say, as a matter of fact, look at the poll right now. Mike Gibbons has spent 4.6 million, mostly of his own money, on TV ads, and it shows off. If you watch local news, like such as the local Fox stations and even any local station here in Ohio, you get a Mike Gibbons ad. And they're very good ads. You can tell he puts a lot of time and effort into them. They're very well done. He's a good campaigner, it seems like, and you can obviously tell that these ads are helping him. He spent 4.6 million. I mean, you can see them on any Fox, on Fox News, the national one, local Fox stations, any station. You can see these ads that he spent 4.6 million of his own money on, and he is very much appealing to the Republican Party base, and it's paying off. He is actually leading in a poll over Josh Mandel. And yes, I know there's this other poll that shows Josh Mandel winning by 11 points, but this is actually done by Josh Mandel's campaign, so I really take it with a grain of salt. As you can see, Josh Mandel literally tweeted this, and it was done by his campaign. So obviously, it's going to show him winning. So I kind of disregard this poll a little bit. But that still shows the last independent poll from the state of Ohio Senate race shows that Mike Gibbons is leading. And even in this poll that Josh Mandel did by his campaign, Mike Gibbons is still beating everyone else. He's beating J.D. Vance, he's beating Jane Timken, he's beating Bernie Moreno, he's beating Matt Dolan. So even in polls done by internals, Mike Gibbons is coming in second place by a decent margin. So that's very interesting to me because Mike Gibbons, I mean, look at the first few polls. Some of these he didn't even get any of the percent of the vote in. He was getting 3%, 2%, 1%. Just less than a year ago, he was getting 2-3% in the polls. He had a bit of a boost, so I think this was poorly funded, though. And still, he was doing very poorly. And then all of a sudden, all these people are flipping from Josh Mandel to Mike Gibbons. J.D. Vance also got a little bit of boost, so that's always a positive. But yeah, like I said, this is just really shocking to me because Mike Gibbons, he's not someone I expected to win. I've always liked him. If you look back at some of my videos and way back in June of 2021, some of my first ever videos, I said I like Mike Gibbons. I like him a lot. He's a good candidate. But I seriously did not think he had a chance of winning. But now it seems like he's going to be the most likely, other than possibly Josh Mandel. It seems like he's one of the most likely people to get the nomination. So I still support J.D. Vance. I encourage all of you to still support J.D. Vance. But still, even if Mike Gibbons gets the nomination, I would not mind that. He's a solid candidate. I like him a lot. And it's looking like he has a serious shot at winning the primary. So with that, thank you for watching this video, and be sure to like and subscribe for more.